Hey, what's up? It's Tatami. I felt like smoking a chop and pulling a couple cards and chit chatting some random, so I was like, why not do that with you? So, I got my chop over here. No, the thing I wanted to chit chat about actually is kind of funny. So, I'm still pretty new to YouTube and using it like in any kind of serious manner. And I mean, I do have like another channel, but I've never really paid much attention to like how to use it or anything. I just would upload my videos and go on about my way. Well, I just realized that YouTube has been filtering comments that are super over the line, I guess. I think they delete comments that have like certain language because I've seen people's comments just disappear off of my channel, but this was like comments that had never appeared. They were put off into the Netherlands. And so there was one person who was at least half, if not more, of the comments. And she had left like a mean message on like every video. And I was like, this is like starting to seem personal. Like it got to the point where she was clicking on random videos to like drag my house, drag my kids, drag my opinions. Sometimes her comments didn't even really make sense. Finally, though, I reached a comment that explained everything. And she was like, and you have the nerve to call Post Malone hot ham water. And I was like, sis, this was all because I said Post Malone looks like hot ham water on like someone's post. I want to say like my mind thinks it was a Janae Aiko post. Like she posted just a picture with her and him, and I wrote he looks like he smells like hot ham water. I think that's what I wrote. And like hella people laughed and upvoted it. It wasn't something I really thought of. Hot ham water is from Arrested Development, where the wife, the one who's married to Ellen DeGeneres, is like trying to be domestic, and so she puts a pot of water on the stove and like boils ham. And then like Buster comes in and he's like looking for a mom, like he feels rejected or whatever because he's been babied his whole life. And so she like gives him like some of it, and he's like it's like hot water and a touch of ham. So when I thought of hot ham water, for some reason I just called Post Malone hot ham water. And this young individual, she looked pretty much my age. She looked way too old to be out there acting like that for Post Malone on someone's channel. Like she downvoted all these videos, left like so many messages. I'm not sure if she noticed that they weren't being like posted, or if it comes off like you can see your post but the other person has it up for review, no one else can see it. I'm not sure how it happened, but I mean, I'm glad her comments didn't come up there. Some of them were really nasty, but I was like, all this for posts, and we're not even gonna admit he does look like he smells like hot ham water. Like he does. He looks like he smells like hot ham water. Anyway, be careful. Be careful what you comment out in these streets, because someone will see you get a thousand upvotes, and it will trigger something in their brain. Like y'all, she was like at one point she was trying to go in on like you need to get a man and blah blah, and I was like, girl, how did you get all of these insults just off of seeing me say I thought he didn't smell good? There are a lot of people who don't smell it. It's okay. He's not Rihanna. He doesn't look like he smells good. Anyway. Oh, y'all, I'm running out of tree. This quarantine is killing me. It's killing me. We'll get through it. Somehow we'll manage, right? Somehow we will manage. Also, a few of the comments that were kept away, most of them were calling me a pothead. So thank you, YouTube, for taking all those comments of people calling me a pothead and tucking them away. I am a pothead, but yeah, some of them were trying to use that to invalidate like basic opinions. I'm like, y'all, you don't have to not smoke a chop to see this. This isn't rocket science. We're not doing brain surgery. We're just having a chit chat. All right. So today we are using one of my favorite decks of all time. This is my only non-African deck, and it is not anybody. This is a alien deck. The cat people are an alien race. Oh, you can't see it. There's a glare. Oh, you can kind of see her. Okay, so one thing that really drew me to the deck was like people's comments, because they were like, the book is absurd. None of it makes sense. It's all references to a land that doesn't exist. And people didn't like that shit. And I thought that was really funny. So I wanted the deck for a long time after I read that. I waited like 3 or 4 years after I read that to get it, to be sure. Just to be sure I wanted to spend the money. And one of the things I liked about it was all the big hair on everybody. Everybody's like kind of swarthy and got this big hair thing going on. It's like if the 80s was a planet almost. The 80s and 70s was a planet. Oh, and it also comes with like a spread, like a little chart that can help you do a 10-card spread, which I always really enjoy having. At any rate, let's pick a card, y'all. Let's hop to it. But this, because it's so strange in its symbolism, I love reading the little blurbs that come with it. I like it. I know a lot of people are like, they don't want to do all this silliness with their cards, but I'm silly. I do it. That's what it is. Alright. That one's mine. And that one's yours. Oh my gosh, my bed is like sloping. Alright, I got the 7 of Cups. And look, can you see there's like a little head coming out of one of them, a little cat head. Like a glorious little prize. I like that. I like this one. And the man is like a strong and wealthy looking, pretty positive individual. Alright, you have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. She's got like a little cat on her head. She's obviously got the one pentacle with the it's almost looks like a power coming out of her scepter. Very, very intriguing, very powerful card. And she's dressed even more opulently than the other person. The other person's wearing like fur. Mine's wearing like fur, but yours has like jewels, heavy jewels. Oh, and like a very fat cat at its feet that's just staring at you. Sorry, my daughter needed me. Anyway, like when I look at these cards just off the top though, I kind of feel like we have opposite cards this time. Okay, so like my guy is like in fur, right? But like it's like dark. It's like, you know, it's just kind of, it's like he's covered, but he's common. He's got, you know, just like your basic jewelry from the silver shop. When you compare him to your person, your guy is like, or lady is like covered in gold, you know what I'm saying? Like got the riches dripping off her hairdo and everything. And her cat actually exists. Like I can't tell. Mine looks like a floating head. Like there's not a body on there. So I don't even have a cat. Like what's going on? Like everybody has a goddamn cat in Tarot, the cat people, but this guy doesn't even have a cat. Now that I'm looking at him, whereas your person has 2 cats, and this one is like chubby. Okay, wait, and so then it's like we're both of us have something floating up over us to the right, right? But then okay, I mine is like I'm praising it or reaching for it, but I'm not touching any of it. I'm I'm it's levitating before me. But yours, like she's got this shit. She's got something. She's got something. So I'm interested to see what weird tales the book spins. Oh, let's put these back in order. So Seven of Cups. What are my kids playing? They're like, help me, help me. They're like arguing over what letter to write or how they're writing the letters. I don't know. I'm not getting into it. It's almost bedtime. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. A man reaches out towards the cups containing fulfillment, which float just beyond reach in a kind of force field. Imagination is often detached from reality, and fantasy almost always exceeds reality. Well, this card is just being a dick and calling me out. Definitely. If only I was rich enough to just pay people to do all my ideas. Just to see if they work, you know what I'm saying? Just to produce something, see if they work. I'm definitely somebody who always has ideas, and my expectations always exceed reality. Is definitely the truth. But other people enjoy being around me because I take things the extra, yard. I try and go the extra mile. So other people, it's like way more than their expectations were. I have to go real quick. My kid. Do you ever walk in on a scene with your kids and you're just like, it's time for bed. it's time. Today is over. It's time. Like, just the shit they do. Okay, so I think we said imagination is detached from reality. Fantasy almost always exceeds reality. The cat's head, like the cups, may or may not be an illusion. I'm not even reaching for anything. This is all in my head. All in my head. Look at that. See, I told you yours was better than mine. What the hell is going on here? Okay. It may represent a daydream that could, with luck, hard work, and perseverance, become a reality. Well, that's good. I'll take it. The man's costume indicates that he is one of the fringe folk. The fringe folk. Okay, so I'm definitely poor. I hunted this animal. That's why I have so much fur. I did this. I did this on my own. It's been a struggle, but I'm here. I'm here, bitch. The man's... Oh, yeah. So even under the most rigorous conditions, there's hope for advancement and riches. There you go. There's a silver lining there. I'm one of the fringe folk, but can only go up from where I am. So that's positive. I'll take that. I'll take it. That's a good outlook. Let's see what you've got. Maybe I need to look at what my goals are. See, less dreaming, more doing. Let's see. Oh yeah, your pencil closed. Each disc on the woman's costume symbolizes a goal achieved. Look at you, I guess. Shit. Showing out, but I mean, you have the right. You have the right. No matter how modest that goal may have been, though, was the next part of that sentence I didn't even get through before I started jocking on you. All right, well, So yeah, I think that's a good idea though, right? Like you got to be proud of all of your achievements, big or small, uplift them all. Um, feel empowered by them all and understand that they all build you up to be they build up into like a one big thing, right? They build up into it's the small steps. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like they all come together in the end, and then you look back and you're like, oh, that was that, like that was the beginning of this, that was the beginning of that. And like you see how far you've come, but you didn't even know you were going anywhere at the time. You thought you were just, I don't know, screenshotting a picture, bumped into somebody new, or heard a new word or something like that. Let's keep going. Here we have a name of a peoples. While Kahulawayans are conscious of rank and wealth, they also honor accomplishment on any level as an indication of good character. The woman is accompanied by a fat cat whose size and luxuriant fur are indicative of love and nourishment. So I really like this one because it's kind of talking about like, you know, making those small goals to build up to whatever your goals are. And then let's see some of the words that they have down here at the bottom. They have perfection, attainment, prosperity, great wealth, riches. A combination of material and spiritual riches is included in there. I like that. She's got it all, right? And I thought that actually that really speaks to the like, right, the scepter is like a material wealth, and then the spiritual is like the pentacle above it. But in this case, there's also the warning of making sure you're not wasting or becoming corrupted, getting an ego, misusing these spiritual or physical riches, or you know, just being greedy, I guess. I think that is like something that could be really a struggle, especially when you really start to accomplish things. I think the balance between humility, but also, you know, having that healthy dose of self-esteem and an understanding of your good character. You know what I mean? You can think well of yourself, but stay humble out there, okay, friend? Don't be doing too much just because you look like this and I look like this, okay? I'm like, you can see my rib. Look at this poor fellow. Now that I'm looking at him, at first I thought he was strong, but now I think he's skinny and has like a starter pack. And he's a little older too. So it's like, he's been out here, you know. He's been out here and hasn't gotten anything. Meanwhile, this girl, she's still looking pretty young. She looks like she's maybe even a little younger or the same age and just taking care of herself. You know, had the opportunity to take care of herself, should I say. What a weird world. That, what is her name? Karen Kuykendall. Karen Kuykendall came up with. This is one of my favorite decks. I like it. I like this weird, strange world. I hope somebody makes like a weird, strange world for black decks. I think the closest one I have is... what is that one called? What is that deck called? Damn it, I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't remember the name. Our X-Men, that's the guy. That's who it is. His deck is, I think, the most kind of out there, not as fully based in reality, but then at the same time, that kind of art has been used by several different artists in the last few years to represent like the ancestors, ancestral thoughts, that type of thing. And like I've even made pictures, not like his exactly, but digital art that was for my womb healing workbooks. So like, you know, I've come to just associate that kind of art with like the ancestors, and to me it's not the same as like this totally different realm where I imagine, you know, like a cinematic universe. Like I can imagine the world beyond this painting, but I can't usually imagine the world beyond those digital art things that take place in a galaxy, you know? I don't know. Weird how that works. Weird how the mind works. Anyways, thank you for reading with me and rambling with me. May your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads. And until next time.